So before I start the video, I just want to apologize. I was having some sort of issues with my mic versus the game audio, so I am terribly sorry for how low my mic is set for this video, but I will fix it, I promise. Hey guys, welcome back to Smooth Plays Elden Ring Part 3. If you haven't checked it out yet, go back and watch episode 1 and 2. I am going to change it up a little bit though, guys. I'm going to go ahead and kind of limit down the memes a little bit. I really want to get this playthrough going here because, guys, I'm just going ahead and warn you now, this might be a pretty long one because there is a lot that we haven't got into. I've been trying to I've been trying to kind of get everybody up to speed on like what Elden Ring is, everything that's going on. But I think it's time y'all understand how hard it is. Y'all understand, like, I tried the whole meme thing and I didn't really see a lot of people enjoying all the memes and stuff. Don't get me wrong, I will still do memes in this video. But just let me know if you want to see, like, if you think the memes got a little out of hand, if you want me to maybe bump up more of the what's going on in the now. Of course, I'm go ahead and telling you now, I'm going to delete the death counter because this is going to be a long one, guys. This one's going to definitely be one of those series that I feel like we're going to end up being at a time more than anything. So I'm sorry for the 30 minutes and 30 minutes videos and stuff like that. I understand most of y'all don't sit and watch me just literally make 90% of my movie about me making memes, so we're going to go ahead and just speed it up a little bit here. We're going to just go meet our good friend. Just dodge these guys. We're not going to spend too much time playing around with them.
Oi! You there? Could you help us out, Cully?
There he is, everybody.
You? What'd you go and do that for? Oh, yes. I remember. Some clod turned me into a tree. You were just breaking the spell, weren't you? Thank you. The name's Bok. I was pushed out of the cave. Told not to come back. Not ever. Then I ended up as a tree. Oh, what a shame. When they threw me out of the cave, they took everything I owned. And so this is all I have to express my thanks. I hope you can forgive me.
A mushroom?
Or, well, if you can afford to wait for a while, I could sneak back into the cave and bring back something of actual value. Then I'd be of some real use to you, I reckon. Right, but I'll need a moment. I'm frightened of them, so I have to gather myself. My knees start knocking, just thinking about that god-awful cave on the shore.
The cave on the shore he is talking about is going to be a cave over here. I can't really remember exactly where, but I'm almost positive it's right there. So we're going to go ahead and jump over there. Fox storyline, I'm not going to spoil anything about it. He tells the entire story. It's not going to be all in this video, and we're going to just see him here and there. But I was talking to some friends, and I definitely wanted to get him started and let y'all meet Bach. He is probably, among Alexander, he has got to have most amazing story behind him that I've seen in this game so far. Oh, this guy again. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yell all you want, bud. I'm not worried about you right now.
I'm not impressed, no.
Well, that didn't last long, did it? As you see, this sparkles up here. That is actually a scarab. And we're going to try to cut him off up here. And I missed.
You suck!
Don't worry. We got this. There it is. I went the wrong way. It's okay though, because I remembered we have Torrent. Alright, these things right here are got to be the most disgusting things we have seen so far. They're called land octopuses, and that's called a dog.
What type of dog is this? This is a tortoise.
But anyway, the land octopuses, back up here. So the land octopuses are these almost just, I don't know if they would be considered a kraken or really what they are, but in order for them, I didn't take in consideration how loud this is. They actually heal themselves by literally devouring their own limbs. So, yeah. Good. Absolutely disgusting. Well, I guess he will. But the good thing is they drop these land ovaries that are great for crafting, so it wasn't a total loss. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, guys. So basically what I was trying to say in that clip while me fighting the land octopus is basically when they get low of health, their version of healing is to actually eat one of their arms. It's totally disgusting, but that is what they do. Alright, back to what we was doing. This is going to be...
Oh. What are you doing here? You must leave this place at once. They'll rush in and beat you to a pulp. You'll end up just like me.
Alright guys, I'm gonna pause it right here because I forgot there is an item that I need.
What do you need? I don't want any trouble.
So while we're going through this, let me go ahead and give you a little bit of lore behind these merchants. They're scattered all over the place. But like Callie, he is the one that is not afraid of what might happen because he wants to be there for New Tarnished, right?
There are others of my people who yet survive in these lands. If the mood takes you when you meet one, then offer them some trade, won't you? My people, wanderers all have long been spurned by the grace of gold, which is why we cannot settle, but instead are forced into this pitiful, unceasing journey. But thanks to that, things are not so different for us now, though the Elden Ring is shattered. I think this makes us kindred spirits of sorts. Your people, the Tarnished, and mine.
So he's, of course, the first one we meet. He's the one that's at the Church of Ela. He's always there. The merchants are scattered across all of the lands between. We're going to see them everywhere. But what they don't tell you, what Callie here did not explain, is the fact of what happened to them before they escaped. So, right now, what you're seeing is the remains of the Caravan clan. Now, that's what's depressing about this. These were all merchants at one time. They was banished to the bottom of the pits for basically worshiping the Three Fingers. Now, I know I haven't done much on the Three Fingers and all that. I haven't said much on that because there is a quest that will carry us a little deeper into it. But I figured since I'm on the hunt for the one merchant that sells me a certain item, I might as well go ahead and give you the lore behind him. These merchants were banished for blasphemy of worshiping a god that focused primarily on what we consider frenzy flame. The frenzy flame only affects the tarnished, so any of these monsters that we encounter through the lands between are not, they're hurt, but not nowhere near as hurt as with a tarnished gets seducted to the frenzy flamed. The frenzy flamed is basically madness. The madness actually corrupts their head. There's a guy that we're going to meet eventually into the storyline of that quest line that is unbelievable of what happens to a tarnish when corrupted by darkness and madness. But I just wanted to make sure y'all understood what these merchants really were.
Perhaps you don't need to hear this, but see that no harm comes to my kin. We have a saying, we wanderers, lament not your solitude. Expect no sympathy, no regard, nothing. But if anyone dares harm us, show them no mercy. That is our code, so to speak. Just the way we are, deeply unforgiving.
There's no mistake, is there? Death has left its mark once again. Ah, a tarnished, are you? I'm known as D. I hunt down those who live in death and weed their death root. Heed my warning. The village here has been touched by death. And worse yet, it is home to a mariner.
That's
If you value your life, then go no further.
Alright, that's great and all, D, but I gotta run. We'll see him later anyway, but with the skeletons trying to kill me, I'm not going to sit and talk because we'll meet him later in a safer spot. He was mainly just worrying. He was warning me about this, the mariner, and I'm not even concerned about that guy right now. He's more concerned about me, but Not the point. We got something we need to do first. I was going to say this for a later video, but we really need to get over here and get this item. And I'm about to get kicked. Torn. Oh, maybe not. Welcome to Caelid, everybody. Yep, that is just a giant terrorizing bird. I honestly couldn't tell you more than that. I don't know much more behind them or anything like that. All I know is that's a big bird, and we really aren't that concerned about saving it. And no, not this big bird. What the community calls.
Forgive me. I've been testing you to determine if the Elden Ring would truly have you, if you had the mettle to endure this long and arduous path. It seems my worries were unfounded. Torrent had your measure from the very start, whereas I merely pretended. There is but one other thing I can do to offer you guidance. I can take you to the Round Table Hold, gathering place of tarnished champions, guided by grace.
Well, she just rudely interrupted me. But anyway, those dogs that we are seeing are a byproduct of scarlet rot on normal dogs. And like it just, of course, Caelid was like just like Limgrave, but what happened was after the fight between Melania and Radon over the shards of the Elden Ring after it was shattered, she did the final, her second bloom, which was that big flower in the intro that I showed y'all in part 1. Like I said, if you missed that episode, go back and watch it. I promise you, you will not regret it. Anyway, after Kayla got turned into like this scarlet rot, just absolute horrible, like this is the worst place in all of Elden, all of the lands between, basically. In like the concept of what has happened since the shattering. Let me make that final too, because it's not the worst place for a character to run through, because everything wants to kill a tarnished. But in the aspect that the way the lands between have been left after the shattering, Caelid has got to be the worst byproduct due to Melania. So
Very well. Let my hand rest upon you for but a moment.
ladies and gentlemen, let me be the first one to welcome you to the Round Table. This is the home of the Tarnished. All these weapons that you see on the table are weapons of the previous Elden Lords. Of course, if we look closely, we got all kinds of different weapons through all the people, and basically that's why this big glowing beam that looks like a grace is here, because like basically it's kind of like the Round Table from ancient lore. Like there was several people around and everybody put their swords down for this, but it's honestly just fancy work. And here's D again, so like I said, we'd eventually meet him again. But don't worry, I will come back to the Round Table. There's a lot going on in here. I don't want to get into this right now. What I do want to do is first I need to check something, because twin maidens back here might actually be able to help me with the item I need. And they can't. That is awesome. Okay, so never mind. Guess we won't worry about that. We're still on track to get the item that I wanted. Yeah, my thoughts exactly, dude. Alright, guys. Oh, we finally found it. Finally found
Well, it's been an age since I've seen a customer. How can I help here at the end of the earth?
Well, I mean, maybe next time find a little place a little bit more remote than.
Have a safe journey.
Okay, I went back.
Unusual fella, aren't we? Did this aged merchant have something that caught your eye?
Oh yeah, you did. The lantern.
Have a safe...
Guys, the lantern is got to be the one item that everybody needs to go get. Almost right off the bat. If you can, like me, I didn't think about it. The lantern is the almost the most important thing you can get. And you'll see why here soon. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. So, the reason I say the lantern is the most important item is because you need this to go in through these caves. Now we're going to avenge our boss because he just wanted to get his stuff back. These demi-humans pretty much bullied him and, mugged him once he got into the cave and took something of his that obviously he really wanted. I mean, he risked his life for it. Assholes. This is from Bach, pieces of shit. Oh, there's the other one. Fuck. Oh, it was a sewing needle. Okay, so of course I just killed the two bosses of these guys. Now all the demi-humans in this cave recognize that. So they won't bother me no more. Which normally I'm okay with, like, having them aggravating me, but this time no. But we're going to carry on through this cave because there is a nice little secret area back this way that I want to show y'all. obviously those didn't witness the fight, so they're gonna, of course, think, okay, time to take out this human that walked into our cave. This is a Church of Dragon Communion. Of course, if I was to take on a dragon, I could actually learn its power and devour its heart in order to be able to use that incantation. Now, granted, of course, I am way too underleveled to take on a dragon, but yeah, it's a nice view. Y'all make sure you hit the bell notification to watch me take on Stormveil Castle up there. But biggest thing for this episode, we want to be able to help our good friend Bach here out.
Oh, what are you doing here? You must leave this place at once. They'll rush in and beat you to a pulp. You'll end up just like me. Wait. Is that what I think it is? You got it back for me. My sewing needle. What made you go and do a thing like that? My mum was a seamstress, and that sewing kit was all I had to remember her by. I always wanted to be just like sweet old mum. Then I suppose I can't just curl up and die, can I?
Alright, let me stop right there. Huge shout out to my mom. I love you, Mom. And my mom was a seamstress, and that's what makes this one a little bit hit me in the feels, but I figured since he done shouted out his mom as a seamstress, I figured I'd shout out my awesome mom. Now, Bach, we will see you again, my good friend. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that ends it for episode 3 of Elden Ring. I sure hope you enjoyed this real quick one. Part 4 may be a little delayed. There's still a handful of things I want to do off camera. I don't think y'all really want to go through all that nonsense with me, so I will take care of a few things off scene. And I will try to make sure to get y'all part 4 fairly soon. Part 4 will be Stormveil Castle for any of y'all who are wondering, or maybe even coming back from later videos. But we will see Bach again. Our great friend is going to follow us through the lands between. But until next time, everybody, make sure you hit that bell notification so you are aware of whenever I upload, because I still haven't come up with a schedule. But let me know down in the comments how I'm doing. If y'all want to see the memes come back, please let me know. How you liking the lore behind all this? And honestly, guys, just thanks.